I think self-love is important. The Bible teaches us to love one another as ourselves. Love one another as we love ourselves. But what if we don't love ourselves? That's why, whether you're single or not this Valentine's Day, I still think it's important to learn to enjoy time alone. Because you're not relying on others to validate you, you're validating yourself, and you're learning to love yourself through God's eyes. Hello everyone, welcome back. It is the 8th of February today, and we all know what celebration is in February, but despite what goes on Valentine's Day, I just genuinely wanted to learn how to spend time in my own company. I spend time in my own company all the time at home, but my challenge for myself today is to learn to spend time in public alone. Alright everyone, so the plan for today is to go out to the shopping center to just buy a few things. I really don't know what to expect out of this. I'm kind of just like going with it because it's like my first time doing this, so yeah, and it has to be on camera the first time doing this. I kind of want to consider this almost like a solo date because I'm kind of just going somewhere by myself, so that's gonna be like really interesting to say the least. Really 40 degrees weather right now, but I'm back. I'm back in public. But I'm at the shopping center. I'm at the top deck. And I picked a very deserted place. It's really deserted up here because it's currently 40 degrees Celsius right now. And so everyone's in the aircon and I'm the only one here. But it's okay. It feels okay since it's not that crowded up here. I think I'd feel awkward if there were people here. But there's no one, so peace. I'm pretty proud of myself for surviving this heat. Usually I'm really bad at hot weather, but I'm okay. Like, I'm really not that hot and I'm wearing a jacket. Time to actually vlog when there's people around. That's gonna be the challenge, guys. Bookstore right now, but I haven't been here in so long. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I'm just here for fun. Just browsing books for fun. Me forever to decide on a gift for my friend. I decided on the Spider-Man Funko Pop, and now I'm in another store looking for a face mask. Can I please dine in for a matcha latte? Is that okay?
Are you sitting in? Or
Yeah.
You can come in, please.
Oh, okay.
You take the table order.
Okay, yeah. I think what really helped me just be more comfortable, literally walking alone, shopping alone, eating, drinking alone, was the realization that no one really cares about what you're doing, and if you just do what you're doing confidently as if you know it, then they have no reason to judge you. But if you did what you were doing like really shy and you were like looked intimidated, then that's kind of the energy that's gonna come off of you. And so I kind of went into it with a much more like confident energy. And this YouTuber Tamcore really helps me with this mindset. She just talked about how you shouldn't let the opinions of strangers and people that you don't know get into your head, because they're the opinions of people that you don't know and that you won't see again in an hour.
I got this Spider-Man keychain.
Compared to the last time I went out alone, this was a lot more calm, because I could have sat into that restaurant and felt like the most awkward, weirdest person ever, but I just minded my own business, because what's the most important thing is not what a stranger thinks of you, but it's what you think of yourself. It was so weird, but it's a good kind of weird. It's getting out of my comfort zone in a good way, because I'm growing from it, and I know that the more that I do it, the easier that it gets.
Oh, I just cut part of the face mask. Bruh. Here it is, guys. This is supposed to be aesthetic. What is this? What is this?
Basically, I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the night. I don't know, today's been a nice day. I definitely have felt like I've spent a lot of time in my own company, and I'll see you all in the morning. Everyone, so it's the next day, and if you hadn't noticed already, I put my hair into heatless curls. While I'm putting on makeup, I'm gonna talk about all things self-love, self-acceptance. I don't know, that's kind of like my topic for this Get Ready With Me session. I recently watched Olivia D'Andrea's Glow Up Diaries, the movie video, and in that video, she talks about how a lot of people tend to seek external validation. So a lot of us put our worth into things like achievements, what things we own, how much money we have, put our worth into our appearance as well, which is also external. And whilst those things are great, the thing that all those things have in common is that they're all for temporary enjoyment. And I just wanted to emphasize that, because putting our worth into something that's temporary and that constantly changes is just never going to make us satisfied in the long run. Like, for example, putting our worth into our grades, it might feel the best when you get like that 95, but a week later you aren't feeling the best anymore. You want more. You want more good marks. You want to just keep it up. And the moment that you get a low grade, you feel like you're the worst person in the world, because you're putting all of your worth onto the grades. Like, that's just an example. And like, you're never satisfied with the grades because you just want more, we keep wanting more. And that could apply with anything, with the amount of money that we have, with our appearance, etc. And if happiness doesn't come from those external things, where does happiness come from then? Like, where can I find self-love without those things? And the truth is, you find them within two things: from within, or from God, or from both. And you can take one or both answers, because the thing is, like, if you put all your worth into your success, you're just never going to be satisfied. You're going to get there with that much money and you're still not going to be happy, and you're still going to be ungrateful for what you have, and you're still going to want more. Whereas if you're grateful right now for the things that you have, by the time that you get to that goal that you're wanting, you're just going to be even more grateful and thankful and fulfilled. Like, you have to be grateful now to be fulfilled with the things that you want later on. I feel like that's so important. Next, wanted to talk about seeking external validation from others. A lot of people try and find happiness from others. Being around others, like, makes you happy. I agree with that. Like, it can just make your happiness even happier. But we shouldn't be relying on others for our own happiness, because our own happiness, like I said earlier, always comes from within. Because if you're sad, like, you cannot depend on someone else to make you happy, because you're going to be reliant on them, and if they're not available, you're going to be blaming them. It's just not gonna be good for you, I guess. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to talk about was comparison and imperfection. So it's normal, it's completely human to compare, you guys. It happens to every single one of us. Like, that's what I wanted to say first. But at the end of the day, comparing ourselves to someone and like wanting what someone else has just says to our minds that we're ungrateful for what we already have. And I know that there's always going to be someone at a lower point in life than you, and there's also always going to be someone at a higher point in life than you, higher, lower to society, right? How I healed from comparison personally myself was just being grateful for what I have, because there are so many blessings in our lives that we neglect when we compare ourselves to other people. We're sitting here being ungrateful for what we have and wanting more, and I want you, like, to imagine the perfect person. Like, what does the perfect person look like? Like, literally close your eyes right now and imagine the perfect person. Like, what does the perfect person look like to you? Imagine if everyone looked like that person. Imagine if the person beside you looked like that person, you look like that person, everyone looked like that person. It would be so boring. Like, the world would be so boring if everyone looked like that perfect person. And honestly, our unique qualities about ourselves is what makes the world beautiful, and ultimately what makes the world imperfectly perfect. Like, those flaws about ourselves is what we should be admiring, because if everyone had the same nose, if everyone had the same hair, like, it would be so boring. Like, the differences are what make us perfect. Why are we wanting to be this perfect ideal image when there really is no perfect ideal image? Because if everyone looked like that perfect ideal image, we shouldn't try and please the world, but we should try and please ourselves and God. But anyways, you're already beautiful and you do have the potential to be successful. I'm pretty much just gonna finish off this makeup look and I will get back to you guys. A lot of beautiful things happen when you love who you already are on the inside. You love yourself so much that when you do get into a relationship or a friendship and you're both whole, it just makes that friendship or relationship so much more happy and so much more fun. Because then you can grow together as whole people rather than trying to depend on one another to make each other whole. And with that, I would like to say Happy Valentine's Day for anyone, for everyone out there, whether you're single or not, and I hope you learn to develop one of the most important relationships in your life, and that's the one with yourself.